I know you guys always used to us bring you like entertainment, funny, nini, but you know, there's something very special about the month of September, and our guest will tell us. Our guest is a very strong advocate for mental health because she has struggled with it herself for the past 6 years. I'm pretty sure you've heard me mention Let's Go Mental a lot on this show, and now we bring you the face behind it. I'm talking about, let me not angusha, Wariimi Karingi. Did I say correctly?
Not at all.
Oh God. Or you can call her Wa.
Yeah, just call me Wa.
Okay, so how do you pronounce it?
It's Wariimi.
Wariimi.
Yes,
bro.
Wariimi.
Hey,
Yeah.
Wariimi.
Yeah, Karingi, yeah.
Karingi.
Tunasema tu waka.
Tuseme
Wa ni sawa.
Wa is okay.
Yeah, Wa is fine.
Wa.
Wa. That song was for Diamond, was for you. Wa.
Yeah, Wa,
I'm
yeah,
telling you.
exactly.
Makaribu sana, it's good to
Asante
have
sana.
you here.
Thank you very
Because,
much.
yes, we've been having a lot of discussions, you know, oscillating around the conversations on mental health. and
Yes.
different things, as much as we do a lot of fun and, you know, some other
Yeah.
things on the show.
Yeah.
But it's good to have you here.
Thank you for
So,
having me.
you know, just to start off, maybe for someone who doesn't necessarily understand what mental health is and
Yeah.
what issues they are,
Yeah.
what would you tell them?
Okay, so I always like starting all my conversations with defining to people what mental health is, right? Because people think mental health is an illness, is the actual illness. But mental health, if you can just put it in a layman's term, is the health of your brain.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
So I like letting people know that, because you see, when you start like reading through, you maybe on Google or stuff like that, if you come across maybe something on mental health, people will pass it because they're like, me, I don't have mental health.
Yeah.
But you actually have mental health, so you need to take care of your mental health. That's the first thing. And then now from mental health, now that's when we go to mental illnesses, now which are like the depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia. There are very many. Actually, when I first started the advocacy, I came to learn that there are about 800 and something mental illnesses.
Sorry, what?
Yes, there are 800 and something. Documented. But now the thing is, of course, there are the common ones, which
Yeah.
are the anxiety disorders and depression and all that.
yeah.
As you mentioned, I suffer from depression and anxiety. I've been on medication for those 6 years. Sometimes when I say 6 years now, I'm like, I cannot believe
It's been 6
it's
years.
been 6 years, because it's been a very difficult journey. And then maybe I can just quickly tell you that you know, people normally think that when you're diagnosed, say for example, you go to see a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I remember when I was diagnosed, I was like, okay, fine. I had missed work for quite a while.
How do I fix it?
Yeah, so now I was telling them, chap, give me medicine. You said I'm depressed. Me, I don't think this is depression, but give me medicine. I need to get on with my life.
Wow.
Now, little did I know that was actually the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
Because first of all, when you're put on medication, it's not one size fits all. It's not like when you go you have a sore throat, you go, they give you amoxicillin, Augmentin, and that's it. Usually it is, let's try this pill for 50 mg, let's try this one.
Wow.
And then go and, I've seen myself.
You're like, oh, that's me.
I'm like, yeah. So, and then now after a while, now the doctor tells you either come and see me after 2 weeks or 1 month.
Yeah.
And then he asks you, how are you faring on now? How are you feeling? What are the side effects? Then he removes, he puts, like it's just,
Wow.
yeah, it's a whole.
It's like almost trial and error.
Yeah, I always tell my doctor exactly that. I'm like, you guys do trial and error,
That's
you know.
true.
Yeah, so by
Okay.
that, because like now for me, it took 6 months to be able to get the right dosage. Wow. Yes, and for me now to be able to start saying that now I can actually start functioning. So that's the first thing I would like people to know. Then the second thing, why I normally encourage people to, if you suspect that you have depression or you have an inkling that the person you love or your friend has depression, I always tell people to go for treatment early.
Yeah.
It's the same case with when you think about cancer, stage 1 to stage 4. You know, so it's the same thing. You're mildly depressed, mild to moderate, moderate to severe, and then severe.
Yeah.
So I was found when I was severely depressed, and that was in 2015. So what I try telling people is that please seek help early. You know, people are always saying, oh, you know,
I'm
if
fine.
you go away, if I do this, if I keep busy, but my friend, will you say that about a leg?
Of course not.
You'll go to hospital immediately. So I normally tell people that, because for me personally, it came to really interrupt my life. I lost my job, I lost friends, I lost investment. And you know, mental health treatment is very expensive. It's very, very expensive. You can imagine one session, you're paying the psychiatrist maybe 4,000, and then you pay the psychologist maybe another 3,500.
Do you have to see both at the same time?
Sometimes you have to see both.
I'll just
It
ask
depends
this,
on how severe your case is.
Oh, wow.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you,
yeah.
what did depression look like according to you?
Okay, I'm not going to give the symptoms, but I'll try my best to describe the feeling. usually there are two ways I normally describe this. Number one, when I'm getting into a relapse, actually that's what I was getting to.
Okay.
Because you see now people normally think when you're on treatment, then that's it,
get
you're
better,
fine.
yeah.
But unfortunately, you keep having relapses. And like for mine are very severe because I was found severely depressed.
Wow.
So I can be good for 2 months, and then after those 2 months, I'm sick again for another 3.
Wow.
Or I have to be admitted and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So basically, how I can say when the relapse start coming, I usually feel like I'm trying to hold on to a pole that is oily, and I'm just,
Just
you know,
sliding.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
sleeping, and I can't do anything about it. And then when I'm now deep in the phase, it feels like you're in an ocean, there's no one around you, it's pitch dark, there's nothing, and then you're just sinking into this ocean, and there's no one who can help you. Doesn't matter how much you shout, you scream, or whatever. That is now exactly how I usually feel when I'm going through the depression. Then also something else very important. People think depression is sadness. It's actually not sadness. Yes, you feel sad, but it's an illness.
Yeah.
It's a sickness.
Yeah.
It comes with other symptoms. It comes with symptoms like insomnia, or you sleep a lot. It comes with symptoms like excessive eating, or you're not eating at all. Feelings of hopelessness and helplessness, you know. What else is there? Lack of concentration, memory loss. You know, it comes with so many other things. It also comes with physical symptoms.
Yeah.
So you'll find like someone, you're always either having headaches, because like in my case, it was always headaches. So you find like you're always having headaches, just unexplained pains that you're not understanding what is all this. So pretty much in a nutshell, that is some of the symptoms of depression that people need to look out for, and people need to know it is not sadness.
Yeah.
It is an illness that needs to be treated, either
treated.
with medication or you go for therapy.
Yeah.
Because like if you're found mildly depressed, you don't have to be put on drugs.
Yeah, you can just go for
Yeah,
therapy.
you can just go for therapy, go through that process, and then now you see how you feel.
Okay, and then you
Yeah.
said there's something about September. It's a suicide
Prevention month. Yes.
Tell
Now,
us a bit about that.
suicide is one of those topics that people don't like talking about.
True,
People are very,
They don't
how
want
do
to
you talk about
it.
this?
Yeah.
You know, even when someone dies, the church says that they can't bury the person because the person committed suicide.
Wow.
Now, yeah,
really?
yeah, I got to learn that the
Oh,
other day.
no.
Imagine, the church won't bury you. Imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so if they can't bury someone for suicide, how come they bury someone for homicide? Someone who
Oh
murdered.
my God.
It's
You
a
know?
double standard.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's a double.
let's take a look at one of your videos as
Okay.
you do what
Okay.
you do.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, that's nice. And you do a lot of these little like fun like
Yeah.
TikToks trying to like put it like in a nutshell,
Yes,
like what things are
exactly.
going through. Like do you
Exactly.
feel like you've like helped people? Have people reached out to you? Because every time, like I can't remember how I saw your page.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is amazing. Every time someone reaches out to me with like any kind of mental health, I'm like, go
Yes,
check
and-
out this
oh,
page.
that is
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Thanks
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, I actually get people reaching out to me a lot. Like every day, minimum 3-4 people
Oh, wow.
in a day. Yeah. But then also I found that most of the people who reach out are ladies.
Okay.
Men out
very
there,
rarely.
please
The stigma.
start reaching out for help. Start reaching out for help, because also you'll find that with the suicide statistics, men commit the numbers of suicide are higher for men than for women.
Yeah.
There
How
are so
much
many
higher?
there are many factors around that.
The suicide,
Of course,
yeah.
one of them is that they don't speak up, and then also it's because they also tend to use more lethal methods, like
Yeah.
shooting themselves or jumping over a
Yes,
balcony.
yes.
Women will go more for
The pills.
the pills and the pesticides and all that stuff. So suicide also, as I said, is also a symptom of depression. It can also be a symptom of some mental illnesses. And when you hear someone is saying that they are suicidal, it's a cry for help.
Yeah. So even contemplating, because that's something I've always thought about.
Yes.
Like, is contemplating suicide like a sign that you're depressed?
It is.
Even though you don't go through with it.
Yeah, even if you
Okay.
don't go through it, it is. Because like I personally, I suffer with a lot of suicidal thoughts, a lot when I'm not in a good place. I've never gotten to the place of attempting. And I keep saying it's not because I'm not different, I'm not
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
I cannot say where I get the strength not to do it, because, you know, it requires a lot of strength to do it, you know. And also probably something else that I can say about suicide is that most of the people who survive suicide always say that they wanted the pain to end, but they didn't want to die. They just wanted the pain to end. Because it's another intense pain that even I keep telling people in my family or my friends, I wish I could describe how it feels.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I could describe. And also, you know, like now, say for example, you go and see someone in hospital, maybe they're in HDU or maybe ICU, and they can talk. Most of the time they'll say, when I leave the hospital, I will, you know. But someone who is suicidal, they don't see that hope.
They just want it to end.
They just want it to end. So even when you start telling the person, oh, but your life is going on so well, what's wrong with you? Why do you want to do this? Or there are people who have it worse. All those things don't make sense at that
So
point.
it's not even helping saying
It's not
those
helping.
things.
Yeah, it's not helping. In fact, if anything, you're just making it worse.
Oh, wow.
You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Wow, unfortunately, our time together is over. This has been so insightful. I hope you guys feel the same way. Please just give them the social media handles one last time before we close.
Okay. So you can reach me on Facebook and Instagram. My IG handle is letsgomental.ke.
Amazing.
Let me just end this one.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I've been in that space of suicide and all of that. I've never really gone into details, but I'll do that sooner or later. But I'll say this for sure. It's a real thing and it happens. Even to people who seem to be having the most
best
normal
life.
and happiest life.
Yes.
But like you said, it's expensive to go for all of these things, you know, to pay for everyone so that they can talk to you and heal you, right? But if that doesn't work, I can assure you, you can try Jesus. He can work, and he's for free. For free.
Now that's
from a personal. No, that's what I'm saying. That's from a personal. Been there. I still get to that space, but that's from a personal thing. There are things which someone can't help you. That's why you keep on struggling with. But sometimes it doesn't hurt you to try.
That's
Something
that's a conversation we'll have some other time.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
a conversation we'll have another time.
For sure, for sure. All right, guys, our time together is over. Thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate all of you, and if you found this interview insightful, and in case you missed it, tutakuwa tu pale YouTube Switch TV, so make sure you check us out. And kwa haya machache, see you tomorrow.